you're a dumb steroid addict moron with great genetics who works pretty hard, but not that hard. You know what, man? That whole thing of like, there's comments and they're like, I'm just gonna listen to the guy with the biggest arms. Like, okay, you're a idiot.
Yeah.
You just outed yourself as having a substandard IQ. Like.
So today we are going to be doing, in this Las Vegas parking lot outside of a private gym that shall not be named, we are going to be doing a tier list of common gym mantras, which I think is going to be hilarious. So if you guys have probably heard a ton of these, maybe you won't have heard maybe one or two of them, but we're ranking these from S tier to F tier. And I've got my boys, Mike Ishertel, Jared Feather. This is probably going to get out of hand really fast.
It is.
There's a lot of guys on this bench with not a lot of restraint, as they say.
Three guys on the bench.
So yeah.
Mike's probably like dad vibes enough to not understand tiers. Does he understand them yet?
Yeah.
Did you
It's a
fill
video
them in?
game thing?
Yeah, if you've done tiers list, haven't you?
It's like hentai or something?
Yeah, like Jeff Nippard. Just think Jeff Nippard.
Waifu?
Yeah, he does all types of tiers.
Oh,
beef.
yeah. Tears for fears.
Yeah.
So you understand what S tier is?
S tier is when you're a gamer and you have no actual friends and you say S tier LOL and you type that into Reddit.
I actually think it started in like anime lore, but that's fine.
Okay, sorry, anime gamer and the rest is the same.
There
Is
you
there
go.
really even a distinction? No offense, anime gamers, you're awesome. I'm one of you, unfortunately.
You're about to get a lot of hate in the comments for that. But anyway, let's start off with last set, best set.
F.
Jared's gonna hate a lot of these.
I hate that shit so much. Why is the last set the best set? Why is every set not the exact same amount of intensity that you're applying to it? Like it's the exact same amount of effort, exact same amount of controlling the eccentric. Like, what are we doing? The last set's gonna be the best set?
I'm gonna give this one an F tier as well. Same rationale. I think you should literally take every single technical working set with the same intensity and intentionality as you would your last set. But also, usually like your earlier sets in your workouts are probably going to be your better sets in all reality than your last set, just because glycogen's
Even
higher,
more wrong
energy
than
levels.
wrong.
So it's like about as wrong as it could get. But what do you think, Mike?
I'm gonna play a little bit of Steel Man on this one. So I think that the F tier is totally valid and it sucks, but like it's a way to trick people into doing. Because last set, a lot of times people aren't so hardcore dedicated to fitness. They're kind of really mailing it in. And they're kind of like, I'm just gonna move around, I'm tired, I'm already sore, blah, blah, blah. But maybe last set, best set gets some of those people to be like, all right, let's do it, and then they really focus. I mean, it's a technically incorrect claim, it's also bordering on the impossible, but maybe a better phrase to be like, last set, let's keep it going well and not letting it slip off the deep end, which sucks to say to someone and barely understandable. So yeah, D tier for me.
D tier.
Yeah,
Okay.
I actually give it like a D+.
Let's go.
I just really hate a lot of this type of shit. Like the like one-off phrases that really don't mean much. I'm always
could've
like,
just stopped it. I hate it.
philosophically, we could go either direction.
I feel like Jared's just gonna get so upset by this whole list. I
This
feel
is like
we-
Anakin, Dark Side Anakin.
if we should literally only give him like three
all
D
F tiers, yeah.
tier F tiers allowed, or else you're out. You're voted out of the tribe. All right, how about lightweight, baby?
S tier, classic, quoting a god, a king.
You're literally quoting a god.
A god.
It has to
Ronnie
be S
Coleman,
tier.
8-time Mr. Olympia, S tier. No conversation, no debate.
I don't think so. I think S tier as well. No pain, no gain. This one's tough.
Empirically not terribly off.
There's
because
some nuance to
Right.
this, I feel like.
the probability that you will encounter discomfort and pain on your way to stimulating as much muscle growth as possible is high, very high. Like if you think about it in your own spare time, what muscle growth modalities can allow you to experience maximum hypertrophy without any pain? Okay, close to failure hurts, heavy hurts, high reps close to failure hurts, supersets hurt, deeper stretch range of motion hurts. Lots of volume is a total area under the curve of pain that's higher. I mean, yeah, kind of.
It's also got a philosophical undertone if you just say it and you don't write it out. Because if you know pain, you're gonna know some gains.
Oh, like no Jesus, no peace, no Jesus, no peace.
That's right.
I think it's gonna get at least. I think it's gonna get at least a
I give it a B plus.
B plus. I think.
Nice, B tier, I like
I
it.
mean, I think you just have, with the caveat that there's a limit to that. You have to be able to differentiate between negative joint pain.
Exactly.
Tear your quads off the bone. You're like, no pain, no gain. Someone's like,
the gains are
actually.
insane.
Exactly.
Or else Callum Von Moger's gains would be like so good over the last 8 years.
I'm not saying it. You're saying it.
I mean,
It's also technically completely true.
He knows a lot of pain.
He knows a lot of pain, not much gain though, so that's why I couldn't get an S tier, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
He's pretty
Sorry
good.
about that, Callum. Love you, bro. Go hard or go home.
So my favorite thing about that is one of my mentors, a gentleman named Craig Terry, who unfortunately is no longer with us, was one of the best natural powerlifters of all time. Pulled almost 800 at a drug-free 198, if that makes any sense, like with no equipment. He said, it's by no means clear you have to go home. Like,
Exactly.
You can not go hard and not go home. You can go hard and go anywhere else. Like, why home? And I was like, God damn it, is that fucking brilliant? So on a technical level, it's just by no means clear this is like a statement that's conditional. Like, there's all kinds of other options.
I literally give it an F. It's an
Hey,
F.
look, another F tier from Jared.
It has to be
Strange
enough.
times.
There's no other thing that can be. Like, you're going to go into the gym and you're going to give some, especially for the general population, this is a fucking F. If you go to the gym and you're gin pop and you're just trying to get in there 3 times a week,
Do something.
why the fuck are you're telling them to just go home if they don't have enough energy to apply some effort besides just going home and not being in the gym at all? Like, that's insane to me.
Very black and white.
Yeah, I think anytime you get into those absolutes, it gets very dangerous. I think there is obviously so much middle ground, especially when it comes to training. The only, I think, upside you could see to this is like, if you don't have the intent to like try hard, then yes, there could be some valid point there to say, okay, maybe there's really no point being there if you're just going to be there just to like be on your phone and do a couple bicep curls.
Yeah.
And you're trying to be Mr. Olympia.
Right.
That's a very huge caveat on that spectrum.
It could be rephrased as, well, you're already here. You might as well do shit.
Yeah,
I always say that.
That's why I say I can't give it an F for that reason.
Yeah, no. C tier for me.
C for me as well.
Jared's giving it another. Just say D.
Okay, that's
You
your
can
second
have a
F.
D if you want
That's
to
your
become a
second
D.
F,
I'll
Jared.
give you
So, okay.
Put some D's on that bit.
Okay.
Jesus
Phil
Christ.
loved that shit. Phil, the camera guy's like giggling about dicks behind the camera. That's the type of guy he is.
So that's another, I probably S tier for you guys. Ain't nothing but a peanut.
Easy.
Anytime you're quoting a god, an S tier is in line with God.
Ronnie's
Literally think that's in both the Bible and like the Greek mythology.
Yeah, absolutely.
That quote. Ain't nothing but a peanut. Woo!
Yeah, buddy. Train insane or remain the same.
I mean, like, it's the alliteration's dope. Like, I love the vibe, but like, insanity is by no means a prerequisite to hypertrophy. And a matter of fact, would on net balance probably preclude you from having enough organization in your life. I mean, like, look, no offense to anyone here, but we're really close to Vegas Strip. Sunday morning, there's a lot of insane people, and they're not only the same, but getting worse all the time. Like, insanity as a prerequisite for progress seems both baffling and completely backwards. Now, I know I like to crank the intensity, and that's what they mean, but as far as Jared Feather's pedantic ass, I guarantee you this gets another Anakin's red lightsaber
On the
cut to the head.
So I
of
don't
an-
get my third
an
F.
Oh, all right.
If somebody came into my classroom and they handed me their paper, I would write 60%, because that's a D minus.
D minus.
It's the closest thing you can have before getting an F.
Right. So you're still passing? No, C's
No,
getting
C's passing.
C's get
C's technically passing
Okay.
grade.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
I'm gonna give this one a D because insanity evokes feelings of just like if I'm thinking insanity when it comes to the gym, I'm either thinking some stupid boot camp class on one side, or just like somebody who just trains just so wrong. You're just like, damn, that guy's going insane.
What
That
exercise
one
is he
guy
doing?
back in the day,
Like
George something.
if you guys ever
He'd
see
cry before sets.
Oh yeah,
That kind of shit.
yeah, crying before
if you,
sets, man.
if you ever see me in the gym and say, Eric is training insane today, like, I feel like I'd probably want you guys just delete my channel, like, just not allow me to like
You're just
spread information.
Full on
around me.
exorcism green, your tongue's hanging out of your mouth.
Yeah, if Eric's training insane.
You see someone on the leg press and their head does a 360 turn, you're like, oh shit,
Training insane.
Well, full range of motion.
All right, you gotta want it.
I'll give it a B.
I would say a tautology at best, but B, it's true. You probably have to have. I'll say, like, if you take the counterexample or the opposite of that, and it's really wrong, then it's possible that this one is really right. Like, if you told someone, like, you can't want the results,
Yeah.
you're like, wait, okay, that definitely doesn't help. So wanting it is good. Wanting it is good.
Like Phil really wants to go gamble after this, and like
no one's stopping him.
Is that he really wants it? He's got to want it.
Well, it's gotta want it.
So-
no one's ever gambled against their will, so.
I mean, you don't inherently need to want it. So I know a lot of athletes that go into the gym. They're sport athletes.
Yeah.
They hate training.
They
They
don't
don't,
wanna
want to be there. But they do want the end result of being a really good athlete, so they do show up.
B tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
So
B tier in the sense of like, I think you have to find something that you're at least like pseudo enjoyable for you, because like if you
a
literally
hint of passion,
if you
just
like
the
hate
smell
it,
of it.
like you have to want to at least, because I know it's like somebody who's like, oh yeah, like, you know, motivation is like, you know, ebbs and flows, but like dedication is what really is gonna, like, yeah, of course, like, but I think it all has to stem from some like semblance of enjoyment. Like, you know, you're doing jiu-jitsu. If like I told you had to do just like straight up hypertrophy training for the rest of time and you couldn't do jiu-jitsu anymore, nothing like functional, you'd be like, damn, that sucks.
Sucks.
So I think there has to be some level of enjoyment to your training, and that's why I think it's great if some people have like very little interest in, let's say, hypertrophy training. They're like triathletes or like, you know, like cross country skiing, whatever. Like any way that you get outside, get active, and keep yourself healthy, I think is, you know, the end game. So I think there has to be, if you hate going to the gym, maybe try out a few other things. Maybe go try rock climbing or doing something that might be a little different for you, but has some sort of semblance of getting active, getting out of your house, getting out away from a screen from a little bit, I think is
That's
is
you
very
people.
important.
You're staring at your screen right now.
Literally, or others listening to us, and
Oh, that's true.
which is even more frightening. Get big or die trying.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I'm about to get booted off the island, man.
How many Fs do you have left?
That's one.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Holy
I
shit.
mean, it's
Is there
a
a worse
true
than F?
statement that people have done that before.
Literally. And they probably would have revoked it if they could come back to life.
Yeah. I mean, if getting big is the only condition under which you will want to live life, like imagine you're playing like GTA and you're at like the final whatever like mission, and you're just like trying to get the final mission, and like you fail, and you know, like you didn't die, like the guy got away or something. Like if you really want the final mission, you just restart the game from your last checkpoint, because you're like, fuck this. You're not gonna go like walk around, start a business in the game. That's fucking stupid. So like I think if you're playing your life like a GTA final level and get big as the mission, yeah, word up, till the death. But you know, sometimes if you don't get, you know, the most jacked you could have gotten, there's a lot of life still left worth living. You can like go
I
to
hope.
the casino and spend all your money like Phil the video guy. Nonsense. Phil's gonna make money. What am I saying?
All the money.
You're
Make
Phil,
it.
you're Phil the video guy now. I love it. I think
That was a good one.
So what's the grade there?
F.
I have to give it my third F, man.
All right.
Sure, it's out.
You fucking
In a
cashed-
circle.
You cashed
I
them.
put the F over all the fucking writing and I circled it.
Yeah, that one's an
Oh,
F.
we're like grading me
Yeah.
from teachers. Jeez, red ink F. It's over. You can't even. There's no feedback given. Just an F.
Just
You just
F,
suck. I'm not even
dude.
giving you feedback.
What is this shit?
They're gonna clip this on Fuad Abiyad's podcast and see. Look, they're like, look, these guys don't want to die trying. They're fucking soft
Hey,
science.
those guys are all still alive.
Yeah. It's,
They didn't die trying. They're violating their own
well,
ethos.
then they said, but they're already big, so they didn't.
So are we.
Yeah. Well,
I guess not.
it's not good enough.
We're never good enough.
Blood, sweat, and respect.
Are you mixing all those
I
together?
was gonna say, is that a
I
thing?
don't know. You put this one together.
Like an IV of someone's blood, sweat, and respect.
You
and
put
you're
that
like,
one
"Oh,
in there."
Feels quite good. I feel diseased.
Where'd
Did I
you,
really?
where'd you find that?
I've actually
one?
never
ChatGPT.
heard that in my life.
Blood, sweat, and tears. I think is probably more appropriate.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
Mixed together, also kind of gross. You know what, man?
I'd drink that.
If you pour enough blood into something and sweat enough also literally into it, people will either fear you, respect you, or be simply confused at your lack of cleanliness. So it's nice. I give it. I see the upside. It's C tier for me. Doesn't get me going. It's not something I'm not gonna read that on a fucking Instagram thread before I go in the gym and fucking smash legs. but-
So, if I look at this from, I'm a redneck from Missouri powerlifter point of view.
yeah.
I'm about to go to the gym. It's pretty motivational.
Very motivational. I'm here for respect, Eric. Don't ever fucking disrespect me with no blood, no
Have you
sweat.
ever seen those videos of the people like powerlift? They start just bleeding
Oh, yeah.
profusely out of there.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Yeah, they damage their capillaries from all the internal pressure they cause when they put 800 pounds on their back.
Also, 800 D-ball tabs earlier that morning doesn't
That works
hurt
too.
anyone.
I love
High blood pressure
Literally hurts them,
also
but-
helps.
I love powerlifters. They're my favorite.
I'm not talking shit about powerlifters.
I'm
They'll
not,
beat my ass.
I just said I love them.
I'll say perfect. There you go.
What do you
Plus, without
give
them,
it, Eric?
doesn't matter. What do you think?
Well, it's. I mean, it's
It's strange. It's hurting his soul. I can tell.
yeah. This is a. This one's probably like a. I never want to bleed. Like if I'm bleeding.
I never want to bleed. Dude, me either. The first time I bled in the
you
gym,
see-
I
you
passed
guys-
out and got
you
a
guys-
concussion.
You guys see me train, you're like, that guy's kind of psychotic.
Yeah.
But like, if blood ever enters the equation,
Yeah.
I feel like it's just like something's gone
You
wrong.
zigged where you should have
Yeah.
zagged at
Yeah,
some point.
something
And
is.
I've bled
Something's
Hypertrophy
gone
training.
awry.
I don't know what the fuck. you're
Yeah,
doing.
no, I don't know.
Look, I'm here to get cuts. They're like, sir, put the knife down, or we're gonna tase you.
Yeah, I'm
It's
gonna
a D,
have
I'm
to
sorry.
D,
Yeah,
D
I'm
or F
sorry.
Damn.
for me.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right, pain is weakness leaving the body.
I mean, absolutely, that's not what pain is. 100%.
It's not scientific.
No. Pain is the activation of your nociceptors and as they interact with the rest of your brain. So I'd say that's very easy to define. Weakness, unfortunately, doesn't just leave your body, but if you get through enough pain and you keep your sanity, you're going to harden up a little bit. So I give that in spirit points a B tier. Yeah.
I'll go like a B- or C+.
And if someone is let's say I'm running a wrestling practice and the guys are doing down ups or something, and someone's like, Coach, technically pain doesn't leave the body. You know what I'm saying? Like weakness doesn't leave the body through
Good
pain.
luck.
I'd be like, shut up, you little bitch. Like that means it's fucking goated. B tier, easy.
Yeah. If I have to, it's If I gotta look at this from like a point of view of, I just started training and I'm trying to be a really good bodybuilder. That's the type of shit I probably would have looked at back in the day and been like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah, let's go to the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna agree with you guys. B
Yeah.
tier. with
Someone's
that-
like, hold up, I got one more. Take like existential pain. Someone's like, how is your multi-year long divorce going? You're like, well, I tell you what, a lot of weakness has left my body. Like, what does that mean? Like, I've been in a lot of pain. I've been drinking a lot. Emotional weakness. I don't feel any stronger. I've just lost 80 pounds and I don't even have hobbies. I just begged for her to call me again.
All right. Sore today, strong tomorrow.
Assumes that a time course that soreness will heal by tomorrow.
And also
which
strength
not
is the
clear.
last thing you technically have to get sore for, I would say.
Yeah. Sore today and higher degree of muscle mass, assuming you eat and sleep well tomorrow, I would say is another quote that no one will ever say. But it gets a little closer to the idea. But again, vibe-wise, it's cool. Also, yeah, Jared makes a good point. Like, strength training requires lower volumes and heavier loads. It typically doesn't make you very sore. And also, again, like, you're just assuming you're going to heal tomorrow. What if it's sore today and then you don't get stronger tomorrow, you're even more sore? You guys know, like quad DOMs, like day 2 is worse than day 1. Like, you're not
always.
strong tomorrow, you little bitch. You ain't shit. Kick over your fucking wheelchair while you're sitting
The
there.
adaptation takes a little longer than just a day.
Typically.
So past looking at it as like very,
Overly analyzed,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
claim.
I would say
Back to the Midwest powerlifter. All right, let me channel him.
I have to give this one a C.
See, she's good.
Just because I can't completely discredit there's correlation between soreness and, I mean, like you said, strength adaptation is very different than
Yeah, but you'll
building.
get stronger too.
I think so. I mean, I would say
I'm good with that. I,
mean-
like the C.
C's a good tier.
chase the pump.
For hypertrophy training, I'd say it's really good. I'd say B tier. You know, some caveats in there. It's not a Ronnie Coleman quote. It's also a bit more of like a command to someone rather than a motivational statement. Like someone's like opening the gym door and you're waiting from the parking lot. You're like, chase the pump. Oh, you forgot your lunch. You know, like, thanks for reminding me. But I think almost every kind of training and nutritional and condition of rest that is optimized for hypertrophy will incrementally cause a bigger pump, like more volume,
Yep.
more eccentric damage, bigger stretch, more proximity to failure, more glycogen loading, more sleep the day before, more hypercaloric condition, more insulin, more growth hormone, more fucking anabolics. You're gonna get bigger pump with all of those. And if you think about what kind of things give you a lower pump, it's like working less hard, working less voluminously, staying away from failure, not going through a full range of motion, being on very low testosterone level, under the normal range, having missed sleep, missed meals, really tired. You ain't getting
Really
a big pump.
fatigued,
So
yeah.
if you're getting big pumps consistently, I'd say you're doing more right than you are wrong.
B.
I would agree with that. I'd say B within the like always within the confines of like not just like ripping weight just so you can get pumped.
Pump's not the only thing,
Yeah,
but
right.
it's a good sign.
But I will say that like my best pumps are usually utilizing kind of the principles that I preach of time under tension, more range of motion.
Mm-hmm.
The pumps usually end up being way more diabolical than if I'm just like tossing weight around.
100%. Diabolical is a good term.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Behoove. Everybody loves all my terms. There is a efficacy. What are the other ones, Phil?
It's mostly just behoove.
Behoove.
Oh, I got one. Drive hypertrophy.
Drive. Yeah, we're always driving. I'm always driving hypertrophy. Driving it.
In the back seat, buckled up.
Yeah.
Tied up.
I'm gonna get you
efficacious efficacy.
Efficacious you like.
Someone loves to comment once they're like, Eric's vocabulary is like his training. It's just like long and unnecessary.
My response would be
funny.
like, your comment is like your actual life, short and pointless.
That's good. I'm gonna use that next
You're not
time.
going to dunk on anyone from the comments. You're in the fucking comments. Take a fucking knee.
But the best.
Just kidding, fellas.
The best. I think payback on people that take time to comment is just never acknowledge them.
No,
Oh,
no,
100%.
even more.
Acknowledge
It's
who?
restricting them because nobody actually knows. They don't know they're restricted,
so they're just.
and nobody can see them.
Please want to hit Jared.
I think he's going to hit
There's a
me.
fly.
I let it land on you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Dick.
What's it gonna do? No, it's not.
Motherfucker, I could get African sleeping sickness.
Excuses
A
don't.
fly is.
Excuses don't burn calories. I mean, inherently
technically
this is
true.
correct.
It's true. S tier. Mildly beside the point.
I give it
but
an
A tier.
A. I want to give it an S.
A, yeah,
I'll give it
okay,
an
okay.
A.
S is reserved for Ronnie Coleman. A tier. A tier. I mean, also,
You
like,
burn a few calories if you're japping that jaw, but
did you guys hear that guy riding in
Huge
a
dick.
very large motorcycle who
very
clearly
big
is
dick.
burdened by the biggest cock of all?
Oh my god, dude, I love that.
wonder if he
scene.
burns it on
is
the.
that right?
Yeah.
Is that sound the sound of his engine or the sound of him dragging his monster cock and ripping up concrete?
I think that's what it is.
That's the ambiance of the set.
He's dragging his dick a long time.
That's it.
Damn.
That was good. All right. Every rep counts.
I like it. It's in the literal sense of the word true. And also, like, I think it brings people's minds, potentially, if you explain it, back to the idea of, like, don't fucking mail anything in. Like you, Eric, one of your things you preach, which is super awesome for Jared and I to hear, is, like, intent, man. Like, you're one of the most controlled, focused people, rep for rep for rep. I've never seen you biff a rep ever. You know, like, the last rep of curls, people are like, "Bleh," they just rack it. Like, don't do that. Jared and I even say, like, as if another. You know, after the end of the rep, control that eccentric. And every rep counts. Every rep does fucking count. One thing I said on like Chris Williamson shit one time was, you're not doing a set of 10. You're doing one rep at a time perfectly 10 times in a row. Because guys will like get that number in their head, 15, and then some kind of fuckery happens from 0 to 15. And some of those are reps, and some of those are like, were you like brain dead for 2 or 3 reps in a row? So I like it. I think it's goated, as the kids say,
Goated.
and red pilled and Reddit pilled or whatever.
An A-tiered.
Based.
This is S tier for me, honestly.
S tier.
Literally,
I
like
like it.
exactly like I always say, first rep to last, and even like even if you're like doing, let's say, a warm up or potentiation set, like every single rep has meaning.
Yes.
Within the parameters of the workout. So
You're practicing for the real reps.
Exactly.
Practice like you fucking play. I also hate that when people warm up with shit reps. I'm like, what are you doing? You want your real reps to start when there's weight in your hands that matters? No. You want your real reps to start. Like, one of the things I have huge respect for powerlifters and weightlifters is from the empty bar, everything looks the same for the elite guys. You're like, dude, holy shit, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
all I have last one is earned, not given.
Oh,
That's
that's wrong.
Yeah, it's just
'Cause-
completely wrong.
Well, so we have a friend,
genetics.
and no
They
disrespect to the friend. Matter of fact, mega respect to the friend. If you guys want to follow him, his name is Will Starks. I am Will Starks on Instagram.
Fucker.
He happens to be an amazing person. He is a pro MMA fighter. He eats in an organized manner, but plenty of cheat meals and stuff like that. And he trains for MMA, and so he does like 2 to 4 lifting sessions a week, not hypertrophy based, just like sport performance, explosion oriented. And he trains. He's actually, my wife Crystal and I is a jiu-jitsu coach, and he has striated glutes just because he exists. And if he wanted to, within 4 weeks, he could step on stage and just get a natural pro card. He's also drug free. So he's like 5'11", 175 with glute striations, and he's jacked. His arms are almost as big as mine. That's just because he's black and was born perfect. And like, if you look at him, like changing in a locker room at a fucking 24-hour fitness, and you see his glutes, you'd be like, man, must take a lot of hard work. He'd be like, what does? And he'd introduce himself because he's super nice, and he would understand what you're saying, because there is nothing to say. Like, he's never done a contest diet, and if you look at him, you would be like, this is 18 weeks of fucking grind. No bullshit wrong. And so next time you see someone that's really jacked, really lean, there's absolutely some work has gone into that.
Sure.
But it's by no means clear how much. And like, some of us weren't always jacked. Some of us were much more jacked to begin with. And some of us have spent years trying to get at the shit, and we're still not jacked. The hardest workers in the room, maybe Jared, some of the hardest workers in the room, after years of lifting, you would never tell they're working hard just because they're working uphill against their genetics. So that whole one-to-one bullshit of like, oh, you look great, must be all the hard work. Like, yeah, hard work helps, but where you started and how easy the work had to be for you to get where you go, it's just a big unknown.
But I can give it a B minus. I can, because you have to do it. Will, he trains. He trains very hard.
Yeah.
He's an MMA fighter.
Yeah.
He eats decent.
I think it has
He's
to.
earning it, but genetics are number one.
I think it's got to be like right on like the C tier for me, because like yes, it has potential to like because there's so many scenarios where somebody like that thing like hard work beats skill or whatever what's the saying. I think that is true a decent amount of the time, but on the flip side, like I could have trained every day 10 times as hard as Noah Lyles and ran the 100-meter against me, dust me by a full second. Yeah. Like, and he could have just like been like hanging out playing basketball with
some
his
guy
friends, like
puts out a cigarette.
and that's just
training.
the unfortunate part of being white.
Many unfortunate parts of being white.
So I think yes, there is so much potential that you could outwork somebody and do better than them based on even if you were put in a disadvantage based on your genetics or whatever it is, you're not as smart as somebody and you get go farther in your career. I think there's so many scenarios where that's the case, but I think it's so dangerous, especially in fitness. We see it all the time. Oh, well, look at me, look at my chest, look at my arms, and you think I don't know what I'm talking about. First of all, they're on probably copious amounts of gear. Second of all, they have some of the best genetics on the planet, and for them to say, oh, well, I have one of the best chests on the planet, how do you explain that? I'm like,
You're a dumb steroid addict moron with great genetics who works pretty hard, but not that hard. Fucking asshole. You know what, man? That whole thing of like, there's comments and shit. They're like, I'm just going to listen to the guy with the biggest arms. Like, okay, you're a fucking idiot. You just outed yourself as having a fucking substandard IQ. Like, yes, it is absolutely guys with big arms and big everything. There's probably some wisdom you can get out of it. Sometimes a lot. But if you think that's just the one-to-one variable, like linear correlation deciding factor of who to listen to, like, you're out of your fucking mind, because that guy's coach probably doesn't have big arms, and he's some old guy from Bulgaria, and somehow he coached like 80 fucking world champions. You'd be like, man, who the fuck's that guy? Like, that guy's the coach of all the good people. As a matter of fact, this is super fucked, but in the more oppressive countries of the world, unfortunately, they got one thing right, quote unquote, which is they do formal sports science real well from a top-down perspective for their athletes. I remember it became very controversial after one of the big Olympics that China really started bringing good teams to in the early 2000s or whatever, that like some of their gold medalists were like functionally homeless several years later, and people were like baffled, because in America, you get a gold medal, you open up a gym, like people come because they think you know things. In China, you get a gold medal, you're still almost illiterate athlete who's 23 years old, and their entire staff that actually coaches people is stacked 50 people deep, and they all have PhDs in sports science. That's who coaches people. Did we tear it? Did we tear it?
We teared it up. We tore it up, right?
Tear. I cried.
I cried.
I cried watching this fucking person back up
With this porta potty?
this porta potty for the last 4.5 minutes at 0.275 miles per
What a
hour
job.
over speed bumps.
A robot would have had this done. Sorry. I'm not saying to
Or
replace
you,
people,
could
but...
or you could just go forward, which is quite the revelation.
Well, maybe he's not going forward because he wouldn't be able to see anything. This is like, or forklift operation sometimes requires a helper who can see in front of you.
Yeah. Well,
He's not even checking behind him though, so I refuted
that's
my
what
own
I'm
hypothesis.
saying. I mean, he wasn't even looking. He hasn't been looking backwards. So, yeah, I'm just gonna go fucking
Welcome to Vegas.
Let's get out of this
probably-
parking lot.
he's
All
probably
right, guys.
outside.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed making it and overlooking the beautiful Las Vegas
Gorgeous out here.
Strip.
Phil,
It's
get a little
actually-
B-roll for how beautiful
Yeah,
this
let's get us
parking
some
lot is.
B-roll.
Look at this
Yeah.
shit. Unbelievable. Wow.
At least we can see the Rio poking out from there.
Yeah. Hey, anything can happen at the fucking
Palace.
That's where we're going next, right, Phil?
Woo! To the tables.
To the tables.
On Phil's dime.
Phil's done.
Oh, man.
Phil's trying to pull himself out of a hole right now. So, inshallah.
Small.
Small hole. Oh, you have a small hole? Okay.
I usually try to put it into small holes.
I knew it was coming. All right, guys. Well, if you're not subscribed to these guys, make sure to do so. Renaissance Periodization, probably the fastest growing fitness YouTube channel on the internet, and for good reason, because these guys are awesome, hilarious, and very, very smart. They have an amazing training app, and just so many good things going. I can't wait to collab with them again soon, and I will see you guys on the next video.